What's going on, everyone? So, we saw Jackson Hayes and Dorian Finney-Smith both return for the Los Angeles Lakers. Big question is LeBron James, who is still about a week or so away. Said it before, I hope the Lakers take their time bringing him back. I don't want to see the Lakers rush him back because I don't care what our seeding is. If we don't have a healthy LeBron, we're not winning a chip. We're not doing anything like that. You need LeBron as healthy as possible. Take your time. Obviously, the Lakers, they have to be able to weather the storm during that process. Right? If Lakers lose 8 out of 10 or something like that, that could put the Lakers in a bind, put LeBron in a position where he kind of feels like, hey, I got to get back into the swing of things. Luckily, Lakers won yesterday. Hopefully they pull off a win against the Spurs. That would be great, depending on when you're watching this video. Hopefully that win has already happened. But LeBron is going to play at least 7 more games because he's going to want to meet the 65 game requirement. So look forward to that. But the big question, outside of LeBron, obviously, is Rui Hachimura. Right? Rui is been very impactful for this team, especially without another center that you can rely on. Jackson Hayes has been very good. Jackson Hayes has been very solid in the role. I'm still not a fan of him as like your starting center on like a true contender, but for what we need right now and given the circumstance and situation, he's been great, right? I don't want to take anything away from him. He's been great, right? But Lakers are going to run a lot of small ball. You've seen them run a lot of small ball, and they need guys like LeBron and like Rui Hachimura because they're just the big, physical, kind of stockier, lower center of gravity, stronger type of forwards that have good size to them, good length to them, to where they can kind of hold their own against the kind of bigger centers, right? And kind of operate in that backup center role, the small ball center role. So Rui is very important, not just that, but his three-point shooting, his ability off ball, and his ability to just get to his spots and score the basketball, right? He's a guy that can score the basketball. Big concern with Rui is just the defensive side of things, as well as I still don't really like him slotted at the 3. I still think he's probably best coming off the bench and sticking with Dorian Finney-Smith for defensive purposes and his versatility out there, particularly out on the perimeter where Rui is a guy that, yes, offensively, he can give you a ton. At the 4, on most nights, I think he can hold his own defensively. And even in that small ball spot, you know, playing the center spot, small ball center. But out on the perimeter, defending the 3 against some of these quicker, twitchier, more athletic 3s, we've seen him have his trouble, right? Or getting switched on the guards and stuff like that. How many times have we seen him look like he's got, stuck in cement or something and he just can't move his feet quick enough. Or like he's frozen in time as a guy like blows by or something, right? So I do have my concerns in that regard, but Rui is somebody that we really need. He's a big piece. He's a guy that on any given night, go get you 20 plus. Not to mention just be a guy that you can count on in key spots, key moments, key areas, having Luka, Reeves, and LeBron kind of generate for him on the offensive side of things. Well, Rui Hachimura, based on reports that have came out, Rui could return this week. Fingers crossed, hopefully. Same thing with LeBron. I don't want to see them rush Rui back. I don't want to see Rui just hurried back just for the sake of him coming back because we got another game against the Bucks and the Denver Nuggets. Now, I would love to have him back for those 2 games, right? One, how does he play when he does return is a question, right? Like even Reeves. Reeves has been great these last 3 games, but you saw 3 games where he came back from injury and had his struggles. Rui's been gone a lot longer. Rui's role is also very different, though. Like Reeves, you need him to be aggressive, score the basketball, make plays, right? Like his role is much more significant than Rui, where Rui's just basically more often than not a spot up kind of catch and shoot 3-point shooter. He's there more for just his size and physicality, right? Get to his spots on occasion, knock down the mid-range. It's one of the reasons why I like him off the bench because I think you could run more offense through him. I'm not saying you have to run every possession off through him, but I do think that there are times where you could go like Reeves and Rui and have them against opponent bench units, right? And put Rui on the block, put him at the 4 in place of LeBron and let him just kind of go to work and get to his spots and score around the rim and just be aggressive. He's also been really good at just kind of the back door and just, getting the entry passes and going up. Times he does struggle to finish, but for the most part, he has been good in that area. But obviously we need him back sooner rather than later. We could use him pretty heavily, especially without LeBron, right? Just give you that big physical center. That way, when we are running small ball, you can go with him and like Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt and kind of have that versatility out there in your front court and have that size, have more of that versatility out there. His scoring, his kind of more lower center of gravity, his more physicality, his ability on both sides of the basketball at the center position, his ability to score around the rim, finish through contact, get to the foul line, things like that, right? I just think he's a guy that could really make an impact for the Lakers that we need to return. But again, I don't want him rushed back, right? We've already gone, 8 games or something like that without him. We can go another 3, 4, 5 games if we have to without him, right? Again, we need guys as healthy as possible. You saw like Luka and Reeves kind of get nicked up in that game, all right, against the Suns. You can't afford to kind of keep having these guys getting hurt, getting nicked up. Right? A lot of success, particularly winning championships, stems from who's healthy, right? Like if you're one of the more healthier teams, you're probably going to win, right? Like one of the big things that you saw like with Boston, right? Many people were like, which I don't necessarily agree with. It's not Boston's responsibility, but a lot of people look at Boston and go like, oh, they didn't play anybody because every team that they played was hurt, right? So they were able to kind of just coast to the finals. Again, I don't really look at it that, I mean, yes and no, right? Obviously, they didn't have the competition that you wanted to see them have. I wanted to see what did they look like getting pushed, but it's not their responsibility. Their job is to show up and play the team in front of them, whoever that is. If it's a G League team, it's a G League team. If it's the best team ever, it's the best team, whoever. Your job is to show up, try to beat that team. They handled their business. They did their job, right? But the reason I mention that even is because, again, a lot of it is like Boston was healthy outside of Porzingis and other teams weren't, right? And it helped a lot of the same things with the Lakers. You need healthy LeBron. You need a healthy Luka. Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith. You need these guys to be as healthy and capable as possible, right? Obviously, once you get into the playoffs, especially as you make deep playoff runs, start getting to the second round, the third round, and then the NBA Finals, teams are more and more beat up. Teams are more and more hurt. Teams are more and more, you hear it all the time, like guys out, but if he was in the playoffs, he'd be playing type thing, right? Because this is it, right? This is what you played for. So I don't want to see them hurry up and rush Rui back when he's already missed all this time. Obviously, you want him back. Like, I don't want him to miss the entire season getting healthy because you want him to get some games under his belt so he can get back into the swing of things. It'd be nice if he could play 10 games or so before the playoffs so he can kind of get back into a rhythm, get back into a flow, kind of gear back up, getting into the playoffs, right? And then he can kind of jump into what he does best and get back into his role, especially with his three-point shooting. But, I mean, again, if he's healthy and he's ready to go and he's cleared and all is right in the world with him as far as health-wise goes, then yeah, bring him in. Let's go, right? You saw Jackson Hayes and how good he was on his first game back, right? Again, why? Because he knows his role. He plays his role. He's not there. He's not being asked to do as much as, say, like an Austin Reeves. That's why I was willing to give Reeves sort of that pass. Same thing with a Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Misses a couple games. He's back, jumps right back into the swing of things. Why? Because, again, his role. It's like, hey, do the dirty work. Play some defense. Hustle. Rebound. Do this. Do that, right? Like, he just jumps right back into the swing of things. Right? A lot of the same things, even with Jared Vanderbilt, who missed, a year, comes back and pretty much is right back into the swing of things. Why? Because he's there to play a specific role, right? He's there to operate and play in a specific way. Understand, know your role, play that role, beautiful. My hope is that similar happens with Rui, right? But he's asked to shoot a little more, and there is that argument of like, if he's not hitting, kind of become a liability at times. I do imagine, and at least this is my hope, that Rui comes back and they bring him off the bench, right? And then kind of use that as an excuse to leave him on the bench. Because that's kind of been the thing, right? Is like, myself, many others are all like, Dorian Finney-Smith should start. Rui should come off the bench. But Rui's been so good and the team was winning and you're doing all this stuff. It's hard to go, hey, buddy, you've been great. You're doing everything right. You're playing exactly the way we want you to. You're doing everything that's asked of you. You know, we're winning. We're doing this, that, and the other. But hey, we want you to come off the bench. Sorry, guy. Right? Like, it's hard to kind of convince guys to do that. It's kind of hard to justify that. Well, it's like, hey, you know, we want to bring you back into the fold. We don't want to just start you right away. You know, let you kind of get some minutes off the bench, still play the same amount of minutes, but kind of get in the flow off the bench. My hope is that that's kind of the transition where it's like, okay, Dorian Finney-Smith starts. Rui's coming off the bench. It's like, hey, we'll get you minutes at the 3. We'll get you minutes at the 4. You know, kind of balance you out there. Maybe get you in a more prominent role off the bench, kind of get you some more shots to kind of help you get into a rhythm so you can kind of appease him and keep him happy, keep him engaged, keep him invested, because you also don't want him to kind of check out. You don't want him to kind of feel like, I'm being demoted. You kind of want to try to justify it. Like, no, like, you know, hey, it's only because, you know, you missed 8 games, right? We want to get you back. We want to get you into the flow of things, get you more opportunity, right? And then we'll figure out getting you back into the starting unit, right? Kind of, you know, I guess a little pandering, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? You excited that Rui may potentially be back sooner rather than later? Do you think like, hey, no, take your time. Don't rush him back. We don't need anything like that. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.